It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. Game 3 brings us our first change of scenery, but what hasn't changed are my colleagues. At home in any arena, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Hosting the series tonight in Houston, it'll be the Rockets going up against the Orlando Magic. Checking out the Magic, here in the finals, and they remain undefeated in this postseason. They're the undisputed favorites at this point. We'll see if they can continue their unbeaten streak. And coming off a pair of wins at home, they're in the driver's seat. But Kenny, how much does that really mean at this point?
Well, there's a phrase that people say, it's not a series until someone wins on the road. You know,
if you buy into that?
No, not necessarily, because you just don't have to be complacent. You can just win games and get back into the series.
You know, this game will have probably a different feel to it compared to the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The Orlando Magic come into Game 3 up 2-0 with a relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory. The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Houston Rockets. Which heroes will rise? The NBA playoffs start now.
A 2-0 start to the finals. Things could change direction here in Game 3. 2K Sports brings you NBA playoff action. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Overton, Kevin Harlan, here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer, people don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel Show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to not get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
It's the Orlando Magic facing the Houston Rockets. You look at the Rockets, they can't panic, but after losing the first 2 on the road, you know, there's no question they'll need a win tonight to regain some confidence and make this a series.
Yeah, they were unable to steal a game on the road, but now in this third game, it's really do or die. They need a win to keep their championship hopes alive.
Another starting group for Orlando. Inside, we have Gordon Vucevic. On the outfield, Terrence Ross. And it's Isaac in at the 3. And the Rockets last season, first team to ever shoot more 3s, Bill, than 2s.
Yeah, is that a good thing?
It's more interesting to watch. Percentages are a little skewed.
To watch if you're 7 years old or if you love basketball like us. I don't know.
It's
I
fun
still
to
love
call.
the backcut.
Yeah, I agree.
This is the society we're in now, right? Like people love home runs, they love 3-pointers.
Big shots.
I will never in my life get used to watching guys on a 3-and-2 fast break go to the corners versus go to the basket.
And that's what Houston does.
And that's what Houston does, and mathematically it's the right move. But I still kind of like layups sometimes.
You're a traditionalist.
And I like the straddle of traditionalism versus the new math. I get the new math. I don't understand shooting 45 threes in a game. Just, what is that? It's just a new form of basketball.
It is.
Yeah.
He's perfect from the line this time.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Here's money. And he dumps it down.
And that fella can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of UNLV. No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Just made my knees hurt.
It's the truth, though. His vertical is a huge part of what makes him tough to defend at the basket.
Ross goes for the steal.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Count that one from Isaac.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be, and Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
Harden against Ross. And the dunk by Capella.
He pulls off the Houdini to take that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Upper Habit, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Wow, how about the focus from the big man? Jonathan Isaac, comfortable in the paint.
Harden against Ross. Harden kicks the ball. On 3 off the mark.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. You almost never get that wide open look.
Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years ago.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever. Of the, the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7 2016 or something. The triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half of the first overtime. But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
Now that one from Isaac. Isaac's got 6.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Ross against Harden. Green kicks it to Tucker. The Rockets again can't hit. Here's Orlando now. They're on a 14-4 run. Here's Money. Hits the three-pointer to fall. 5 points in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Tucker has it in the corner. Houston gets it back. And it's Capella missing. Magic leading by 30. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How do you feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. It turns out
they embraced it.
Yeah, I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they wanted to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
Rockets trail by 15. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Magic. It was a big win for them, coming off Tuesday's match.
Sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape the win.
Well, there's no doubt. The offense looked scattered. Tons of turnovers. Some of them forced, certainly, but many were not. It was made easy to defend. Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Pass to Capella. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Orlando with the first 24. And slams on by Vucevic.
This guy, a strong rebounder who uses his frame well. Vucevic has a knack for being in the right spot.
Houston's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Here's Harden on the wing. He is guarded by Ross. Capella kicks to Green. 5 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot. Call with the three. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Bill in Houston, if there's one critique of James Harden's game, it's been his defense. But do you think that's changing a bit? We've seen some evolving in his game.
Definitely changing. First of all, he's playing defense, which has been a revelation.
Jeff Bezdelic, I think, has really gotten his fingerprints on it.
Yeah, good name drop, too, by the way. I like that. Yeah, you know what changes your defense is being picked apart online and Twitter GIFs and YouTube clips and people on studio shows on big, giant HD screens pointing out that you didn't try on this and that you're a matador. I think that there's been a shaming element of his defense that's actually been successful for him. And I wish we had that in the 80s for Dominique Wilkins and some of these other guys. Maybe if we had shamed Dominique Wilkins, maybe we would have played better defense.
And so here is Houston. The Magic hitting the button. Harden can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Isaac. Vucevic trying to get open. Count that one from Isaac. Isaac's got 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Harden scanning the floor. Back to Tucker. Looking to end the run. Rebounded by Vucevic. Orlando leading by 23. Here's Ross. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on James Harden.
You love to see Terrence Ross on the attack, Kevin. This guy moves well. He's got a tremendous vertical. No reason he shouldn't get to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. Houston making some changes. Fareed's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Gordon subbed in for Gerald Green. And both free throws good for Ross. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Bill, the Rockets going into last season, new ownership. Seems like the transition has been pretty smooth so far in Houston.
Yeah, except that they left a title on the table last spring. They came really close. They had big leads in Game 6, big lead in Game 7, and just could not close the door. And that's been a recurring theme for James Harden, for Chris Paul, who missed the last 2 games.
Those games, right.
And I don't know if they're ever going to have a better chance than that, because you're talking about Chris Paul now. He's in the 2005 draft. I think this is his 14th year. And point guards, as they get older, you can still get the 28 to 30 minutes a game out of them, but you're not getting like a top 3 All-NBA team type of performance. And I just wonder if they missed the window.
For the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Each one more comes in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. No good on the second, so he hits 1 or 2. And so it's Houston with it. Now here's Rivers. To the paint. Can they get it? And Nene with the lay-in. Good.
Now, this is Nene's craft, right? He works inside, has a knack for getting it up and down.
Money passes to Ross. Isaac kicks to Vucevic. Magic moving the ball around. Here's Ross. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Ross has got 6.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Well, that's an example of two teammates on a different page. They're both looking at each other like, hey, what was going on there?
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And it's Gordon missing.
Yeah, that's just a missed opportunity. Something there just a little off.
Yeah, simply a little bit careless, I think. Can't just throw it up there. You have to time these alley-oops perfectly.
Poke loose. Here's Money, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Eric Gordon back in 2011. He was traded for Chris Paul. Ironically enough, last year they became teammates.
I owe him a Clipper season ticket holder and bought a bunch of Eric Gordon stock in 08 and 09. I loved how he would go toe-to-toe with Kobe Bryant and had a knack for playing big in big games, which there weren't many of them for the Clippers. But it's been nice to see him turn into a real guy.
He's staying healthy.
He stayed healthy, and he was awesome in the Warriors series. I really thought, until Game 7 when the entire team went cold, I thought from a pedigree standpoint, he belonged out there with all the best guys in that series.
2 shots. Last on the first.
The first free throw is good.
Well, I think the things that Aaron Gordon has added to his game, specifically that reliable three-point shot, is a really welcome sign. This guy has an incredible upside.
And both free throws good for Gordon. And the Rockets with possession here. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Mike D'Antoni. David.
He was pretty upbeat when we spoke, especially considering his team is down 2 games in the finals. He explained his demeanor, saying everyone expected them to hold serve in their building. We feel we can do the same. We have to take 3 here at home, and then we'll be 1 game away from the NBA title when we go back to their arena. Well, confidence is not lacking on this sideline, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. It's good. 16 points for Money.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Here's Money. 16 points for him. Isaac passes to Money. Oh, Vucevic in position, throws down the alley-oop slam.
There's a chemistry that Vucevic has with his guys. The alley and the oop.
Vucevic has gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far. And that's a foul called on Money. That'll be his second foul of the game. Phil, the way that super teams are being put together right now, good or bad for the league?
I'm confused. I have been watching this league since I was a kid. We've always had super teams. There's never been an era where we didn't. What do people think the Jordan era Bulls were? What do they think the Shaq, Kobe Lakers were? This is how the league is. I think what bothers people this time around specifically is that the Warriors won 73 games and they added Kevin Durant. Now, I get it. I get why it bothers people. On the other hand, your job as a franchise.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Ross with his steal. 1-on-1 here. Here's Money. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
And here's Rivers to the inside to stop the run. Vucevic with the block.
Well, the reach, the timing, Vucevic using all of that 7-foot wingspan to turn that shot away.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Rivers finds Gordon. Nene at the elbow. Rivers gets a wide open look. It's good from long range. Rivers has got his second basket of the night.
Well, great vision by Nene, right? I mean, if you're the help defensive guy, you can't leave your man. He's that good a passer.
Pass to Money. From deep. Here's Vucevic. The pass to Money. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Drills it from outside.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Knocked away. Isaac with the steal. Here's Money. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
And so it's the Orlando Magic holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stuff to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And right nowadays, it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Finals. More action straight ahead. And for the Magic here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They played with purpose, and they played with aggressiveness.
Kenneth Faried is out there with Nene. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Gordon in at the 2 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get out? So he can post the small guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hissy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number 1 choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
That free throw, no good. Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you're going to stop him, but, you know, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense scorer I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about it for one play, and all of a sudden he's in the corner, and they're setting him up, or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, yeah, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get out of my way guys and really get to the rim.
Absolute
score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
Well, how about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Here's Money. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Money's got 4 this quarter. And that's a foul called on Money.
And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
3rd foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker comes in for Nene. And it's Gerald Green in for Moore. And Fareed kicks to Green. Three-pointer. Rivers can't get it to go. The Magic have got a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. The shot that time, not on target. And Houston the other way. Green left side. They get a hand on it. Isaac with the steal. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Here's Vucevic. Offensive rebound. Drops in the layup for 2. Vucevic has got 14 points for the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Fareed. Vucevic with the block. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. You look at Isaac leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Terrence Ross.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
13 feet away. Orlando grabs the miss. Gordon's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ball's knocked loose. Over in the corner, Green. 5 on the clock. Back to Tucker. Takes the 3. Rebound by the Magic.
And they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Ross, that's good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Rivers. He's got 5. Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And that one is good. That's 36 points for money.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Kicks it to Fareed. Here's Tucker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I just love the activity, a fireball of energy. Tucker earning himself a trip to the stripe.
The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
10 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
No, make no mistake, guys. One of the more effective second-round picks we have in the NBA. Tucker provides a steady diet of production.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Reed. James Harden comes in for Eric Gordon. And Paul subbed in for Austin Rivers. Orlando, they've gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
Harden, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for James Harden. Orlando with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Money passes to Isaac. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ball looking over the floor. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
It's just so great to see ball movement like this, and he is excellent at getting his teammates involved.
Not his night so far. That's miss number 5 with no makes. Harden with it. He's got 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the dunk by Capella.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Stolen by Tucker. Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. With the floater. And he lays it up and in.
Well, what touch? You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. On pass to Gordon. An emphatic LU jam.
You know that the pass is for Aaron Gordon, but his athleticism takes any defense out of the equation. Doing work, Aaron Gordon.
Harden against Ross. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Goes up off the inbound. And it's Capella missing. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react. And that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Well, you need to have the kind of vertical Terrence Ross has to take care of that basketball. My goodness, the alley-oop a lot easier when he's on the receiving end.
A shot by Paul, no good.
I'll tell you, if he keeps missing shots, it is going to be a tough night to try to trim this lead.
Got that one up quick. 16 points for Vucevic.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ross against Harden. This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Harden's got 9.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
On pass to Gordon. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Now here's Paul. Guarded closely. From deep. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Well, despite his struggles from the field in this period, you know he's going to keep asking for the basketball.
Hammers the alley-oop through.
There's a little bit of leaping ability and much anticipation on the alley-oop. Jonathan Isaac, salute.
Hooked away. And here they come. Here's Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Paul can't get it to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Isaac, and it's Orlando with another.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on him.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Harden kicks to Capella. Paul left side. The Rockets again can't hit.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in the zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
The Magic have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Each-one more comes in for Gerald Green. Now Harden, 9 points in the game so far. Over Ross. Harden, no good.
Well, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all. There's no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Oh, Vucevic in position up high to stop the alley-oop.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
And it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
Paul can't get it to go.
As off as he's been this quarter, it's not helping them to trim the deficit.
It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
Inside, Nene finds Harden. Lays it up and bangs it in. Harden's got 11.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And on the screen now is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of this postseason's assist leaders. Well, you look at money, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists. And, of course, Nikola Vucevic.
I think these two guys are having a little personal competition here in the playoffs to see who will finish with the most assists. And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Don't you get the sense, guys, how scoring comes so natural and easy to Jonathan Isaac? Tough to stop when he's starting to cook.
Houston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%. But they've continued to let them fly. Here's Harden. The shot, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Well, we want to thank the sports guy for being here. Enlightening as always. Bill, what a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I hope my son was impressed. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm sure he was. There is always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin, he has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this, he is passionate about the NBA.
Second chance effort. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's all about the positioning right there. Doesn't let anybody beat him to the spot before he can get the follow-up.
Isaac passes the money. Stolen by Harden. Moore left side. The shot by Paul. Nobody around. Here's Capella and the dunk by Capella.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
He's so very quick to convert off the miss and usually with authority.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. From the arc. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's money. And it's in. He nails the buzzer beater.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Well, you call that a perfect closeout. You love the aggressiveness on the offensive end.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Magic out in front, running away with it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks, Nick. What got you guys going in the first half?
We're just playing aggressive and trying to be present in there. Everybody, not just me, but all the guys. And that's all we need to do, you know. When we start the game off right, then we can build up a nice lead like tonight.
Obviously, it's how you finish, not how you start. Thanks, Nick. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And a heightened atmosphere we have here this evening for NBA playoff action. Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith by my side. Checking out the Magic. They came in with a 2-0 lead in the series, hoping to extend the shutout to 3-0 tonight. And judging from their dominant play in the first half, they look like a true champion in the making. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All 5 guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
Shaq, how do you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. Look at the field goal percentage against them. This tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, right? Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action in this Game 3. What a game we're seeing for money.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change. He's got a double-double.
I'll tell you, he took over the game in that first half, Greg. They really have got to find a way to slow this guy down.
And so here is Houston. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with money, and it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Knocked away. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green inside the 3-point line. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Vucevic finds Gordon, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Houston.
It's a problem trying to deal with the athleticism of Aaron Gordon. You've got to be more careful as a defender.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Gordon drops them both. Here is Harden. Shoots over Vucevic. Harden, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And that one, good. 12 points for Terrence Ross.
Defense, for me, just hasn't made the commitment to sprint back in transition, and that's why you see such a huge differential in fast break points.
The shot's good from Paul.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. And another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
90 seconds now into the second half. He kicks to Harden. Capella against Vucevic. Cross with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Money. Good work defensively by Paul. Ross against Harden to the middle. Isaac with the steal. And taken away by Paul. Shot up two there.
That is really solid offense. You cannot waste those chances.
Here's Money, defended by Paul. Here's Money. Rockets with the rebound. Harden has a wide open look, but he recovers it. Pass to Green. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer. Houston gets it back. And the dunk by Capella. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Here's Money, defended by Paul. Money passes to Vucevic. Good work defensively by Capella. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Houston. Kicks it out to Harden. Plenty of space. Ross grabs the board.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Pass to Harden. Lets the three fly. Another miss by Harden.
He's cold from deep. 0 threes in the second half after hitting just one in the first.
The Magic have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. And he can't get the first one for the Rockets. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Gordon comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. And he can't hit the second. Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. A nice shot by Rivers.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Magic have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Money. And that one's on target from the wing. Money's got 47 points.
Boy, we're getting to the stretch run, and this guy has not cooled off. He is not about to let this lead slip away.
Rivers kicks to Harden. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. Houston moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rivers. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rivers has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he continues to be a dangerous scorer for them, but he can't do it all by himself. Someone else has got to help him climb out of this hole.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
In the corner, Harden. And right away, they answer with a three-pointer of their own. Harden's got 16.
Lined it up and knocked it down. Second triple tonight.
Money. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Tipped away. And now Orlando on the break. And good, he hits it again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Rockets have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Harden kicks to Gordon. Here's Faried. The shot missing. So Orlando will take it the other way. Here's Money. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Well, just because he's a center, don't be deceived. Vucevic loves connecting with his teammates. Pretty pass.
Harden against Ross. Passes it to Tucker. Back to Harden. The pass to Rivers. Off the run. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And this is where it can get a little personal.
You gotta love seeing this, though, right? Your turn, my turn. They're going at each other.
For Houston, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Pass to Tucker. Here's the three. Rebounded by Vucevic. Orlando's gotten the three ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Good.
Well, sheer strength on these finishes. Aaron Gordon pushes through anything you might throw at him.
Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Ross against Harden. And that one drops for him. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Rockets have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Orlando's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Money passes to Gordon. Here's Ross, and there it is for him. Ross has got 16.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
He got it again. Sensational. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Rockets. Kicks to Tucker. Fareed finds Rivers. 6 to shoot. Another miss by Houston. Well, Orlando shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. That one goes. Count it.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Harden right side. And another steal for him.
And you got to be careful around him.
Now, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far. High, arcing shot. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
No, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. That's the money. Back to Ross. Now here's Rivers. Defense right on him. And some nice passing there by Houston. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
These players can flat out shoot the rock. The 2K leaderboard shows us the top three-point shooters in the playoffs. You look at Isaac, he's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, Money, one spot ahead of him.
And the bright lights of these playoffs have done wonders for each of their three-point shooting. That's what they were both hoping for.
The first one fought. Houston making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for James Harden. He hits one and misses one. He's at the line. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Passes it to Ross. Over Moore. No good from Ross. Rockets shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Here's Rivers. He's got 14. Outside Gordon. Now the pass to Fareed. 6 on the shot clock. Rivers can't get it to go. Orlando's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Moore against Ross. Moore dishes to Nene. Connects on the foul line jumper.
You like how he uses his height there.
No, exactly. I mean, we're talking about surveying the defense and cashing in with the gorgeous mid-range.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Moore against Ross. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. And Chris Paul subbed in for Rivers. .131 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Isaac. And he could not get them one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Nene.
Well, the size and the length of Jonathan Isaac presents a problem for the defense. This guy uses that frame to draw fouls.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw.
You know, early on, Jonathan Isaac has drawn some comparisons to Kevin Durant. This is a long, athletic, multi-talented forward. He's got tremendous potential.
And he's good on the second. The Rockets shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Pass to Green. There's the 3. Orlando grabs the miss. Gordon's got his 16th rebound on the night. Bob pass to Gordon. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Now, here's Green. He's covered by Isaac. Green kicks to Capella. Inside. And Chris Paul the bucket. And the assist from Capella. And it's 8 points for Chris Paul.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Houston Rockets. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Nene down low. Vucevic on him.
You see, I want more of this from Aaron Gordon. He's got the physical attributes to be an excellent defensive player. When you contest shots like that, that makes a difference.
The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
One shot.
That's good from Isaac. Now here's Paul. Not a lot of room. And here's Moore up top. No good on the last second attempt there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Orlando out in front, opening up a huge gap. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Hartenstein. Nene is out there with Etuan Moore, and it's House in at the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
Right now playing with a terrific rhythm. Jonathan Isaac, assertive guy who can burn you with the catch and shoot.
All alone. Misses off the left iron.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Long pass to Gordon. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, how about the tenacity of Aaron Gordon? So good at being assertive and taking over the offense when necessary.
Ross against Moore. He gets that one.
Oh, my goodness. That is how to attack the rim. Don't give the defense time to react. That's beautiful.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter.
Things coming very easily right now for Terrence Ross. He's played with all the swag you can ask for.
Now here's Moore. There's the dish to Nene. And it's blocked by Gordon. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Well, tremendous understanding from the young Jonathan Isaac. How about that awareness for the young guy?
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Down low. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Here's Money. Ross in the corner. Here's the 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Rockets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Vucevic pulls it down. Orlando's gone 7 of 9 on 3 quarters tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Outside for Nene. And some nice passing there by Houston. Another shot. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, you've got to appreciate the move. I know I did. Going to the finger roll to get the ball over the D.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Money. Ball's knocked loose. To the middle. Here's Isaac. Here's Money. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Isaac's got 12 points here in the second half.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Moore kicks to House. And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Houston. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Orlando. He lobs up the LU pass. No good from Ross.
And really, they have the play all set up there, and then it just breaks down.
I can't believe they didn't pull that one off. Everything seemed there. They've got to be upset with themselves.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so it makes them both. The Magic have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. It's rebounded by Houston. Nene's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's more. And Vucevic pulls it down. Orlando's gone 7 of 9 on 3-pointers tonight. Outstanding mark from long range. And it's Gordon missing. Rockets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. And it's sent back by Isaac.
You can see the long wingspan of Jonathan Isaac coming into play twice on the pipes.
Gosh, that's good. And here is more. Ball's knocked loose. Ross with a steal. And at the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Money. That one falls.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Well, typically speaking, transition points are high percentage looks. Get out and go, that's their philosophy.
Another one goes. Incredible. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Can they get it? And that one comes up a bit short. Right wing. Vucevic to the pass to Ross. And that one, good. Ross has got 26.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
Here's Money. Oh, Vucevic in position. It's hauled in by the Magic.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
Well, they're certainly connecting on a lot of shots in this second half, generating high percentage looks and really cashing in.
Here's Money. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. First one falls for Austin Rivers. He's checked in for Houston. That one is no good. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
Money. Some solid defense there by Nene. And for Houston, they're shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Down low, it's stolen by Vucevic. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. Here's Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
How effortless is a dunk for Aaron Gordon? He's ready for takeoff, gentlemen.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in, show some more discipline. And racing up the court, you have a number of options and a great decision there.
I love how he took the initiative, right? You took charge of the opportunity and made the right decision.
Rivers kicks to Moore. A floater. Rivers can't get it to go. Orlando's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Taken away by Nene. Moore finds Nene. Releases from 15. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Magic. Here's Money. Poked away. Moore with the steal. And it's Houston on the break. Rivers has got the ball. As to Hartenstein. It's good. Hartenstein's got 6 points in the quarter.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
On pass to Gordon. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now Moore pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Rivers with the basket on the assist for Moore. Moore's got assist number 5 here tonight.
I'll tell you, it was the sharp passing that led to that shot. Terrific teamwork.
Money passing to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Now, this guy is a crafty scorer. If Vucevic starts to cook, fellas, look out.
And for the Rockets, they're shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. He swipes the ball away again. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Swiping the ball away with just such ease.
Moore against Ross. To the middle. Here's Rivers. Makes it off the glass.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Here's Money. They double him with Nene. Money passes to Gordon. Stolen by Nene. To the paint. Hartenstein can't get it to go.
Boy, a kick-out's probably a better option when the defense...
Oh! Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Now here's Rivers. Tight defense on him. Here's Moore. Lays it up off the glass. Orlando's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Money. He's guarded by Rivers. The 11-footer. Money passing to Gordon. Stolen by Nene. Now here's Rivers. He's covered by Isaac. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
A terrific ball fake there. Nene showing his veteran know-how.
At the line for 2.
First one falls for. And so Nene nails both of them.
Well, just unbelievable mobility for a player his size. And I don't know if it's the soccer background, growing up in Brazil. Nene can really move his feet.
The Rockets shooting low, 30% mark from the field. Rivers looking over the floor, pulls it from the elbow, and he hits the jumper for 2. Rivers has got 6 points in the quarter. Here's Orlando now. Another one goes. Incredible. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level. In Game 3 of the NBA Championship Series is all but in the books. Congrats. Are in order tonight on an outstanding effort and a well-deserved victory for the Magic.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And one of the key components to this victory is
love this guy's was never a point in which he let up. The triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he has.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. The Rockets shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. From the line, here's House. Another miss by Houston.
A bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Moore kicks to House. Rivers in the corner. Takes the three. That one doesn't drop. And Orlando will come the other way. Baseline try. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Another steal. He's got a clear path. Jumps up. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
Goes up on the wing. That shot off. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. You have to think at this point, up 3-0. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
Well, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. See you later.
Yeah, we really going dumb. Put me on some.